resources, I would say. These support resources have been sorely lacking in our game.
Absolutely.
And I think it's welcome.
Absolutely.
Not late. We've been waiting for this for a long time. We just arrived. So it's time to put it in equilibrium. Good use. Good luck. Yeah, we needed it.
Absolutely.
In a world of fast-paced weapon manufacturing that is driven by geopolitical demands, technological advancements, and a need for rapid production, as seen in increased output from countries like China through the development of new technologies like hypersonic missiles, Africa is emerging as a major consumer of these weapons to resolve its long-overdue conflicts. Ever since President Ibrahim Traore's rise into power in a remarkable transformation that hadn't been seen for over 3 decades, one of the major goals has been on arms purchase. Starting with the purchase of the basic but necessary weapons and military equipment from China, like armored vehicles, single rocket launcher, which are man-portable, disposable, or reusable systems used by infantry for anti-tank and direct fire supports from majorly China, and adding on a little spice of drones from Turkey. President Ibrahim Traore does the unthinkable. As he promised, that he isn't going to bow just because the militant groups have received new and strong weapons that he clarifies for being supplied by the West. The captain takes new stage of advanced military weapons. President Ibrahim Traore enters a new stage of conflict resolution with a multiple rocket launcher system. Yeah. This is no longer a promise, but a dream come true for a country that needs urgent action against militant groups to stop immediately the suffering of the citizens of Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso, under President Ibrahim Traore, finally receives the SRS multiple rocket launcher system from China. With a new saying, "We order, they dispatch." This new rocket launcher system, which isn't one but various vehicles fully equipped with this system, it is clear that we're going to be talking a different topic about conflict resolution in Burkina Faso. With the trend for multiple rocket launchers, MLRS, growing in global arms market driven by geopolitical tensions, defense modernization programs, and the increasing demand for precision-guided, longer-range systems, Burkina Faso had waited long to be part of them. Now the time has come. The country has made it. Countries are heavily investing in modernizing their military assets, including upgrading or replacing Cold War-era systems with more advanced MLRS. A number of African countries are stuck with outdated weapons due to a combination of factors, including reliance on outdated systems from past conflicts, the proliferation of low-cost and easy-to-acquire small arms, and difficulties in acquiring and maintaining modern high-tech equipment. These countries struggle with outdated equipment, often exacerbated by internal conflicts and the illicit arms trade. The new revolutionists are not only buying the latest equipment, but providing a signal the continent is able to compete in global arms trade. For a country that has been stuck previously with single-shot rocket launchers, is now upgrading to multiple rocket launchers a thing that is showing the seriousness of President Ibrahim Traore towards the fight against militant groups in Burkina Faso. Multiple rocket launcher systems, MLRS, have not only shown superiority to single-shot launchers, but they have also shown that they can deliver a concentrated bombardment over a wide area with rapid fire, with modern versions offering increased accuracy. They also have greater range, mobility, and payload capacity than single-shot systems, making them ideal for both saturation fire and precision strikes, especially when compared to older unguided systems. In details, multiple rocket launchers can do the non-imaginable. Rapid fire. These weapons can launch multiple rockets in quick succession, allowing for rapid and concentrated bombardment that is difficult for a single-shot system to replicate. Saturation and area denial. A single salvo from an MLRS can cover a large target area, a significant advantage against a dispersed enemy. Indeed, this works well for Burkina Faso, dealing with large groups of dispersed militant groups. Mobility and speed. These massive systems often mobile and can be deployed or redeployed quickly, which is crucial for ground combat operations. For Burkina Faso, dealing with militant groups that fight majorly on the ground, these are effective in proper neutralization of these groups. Increased accuracy. While being superior to their elder systems that are inaccurate, modern MLRS can use GPS or inertial guidance to achieve high precision, combining the power of rockets with the accuracy of guided munitions. This indeed helps the Burkinabe army to avoid improper targets that can lead to unintended targets like local Burkinabe communities. Range and power. Multiple rocket launchers can have longer ranges and larger warheads than similarly sized single-shot weapons, enabling them to strike targets at significant distances. Indeed, Burkina Faso deals with militant groups that can even cross borders and enter into neighboring countries. Hence, long-range neutralization is important. While Burkina Faso has been using single-shot systems from China that seemed cheaper and simpler, they are generally not as versatile or powerful as a mobile MLRS platform in a tactical scenario, especially for suppressing large areas or attacking targets at long range. For faster execution that Burkina Faso needs, these new systems of MLRS are designed for rapid fire compared to the single-shot system, which requires manual reloading between shots, making it much slower to re-engage. With a massive infusion of combat power in a single strike, compared to a single-shot system that is limited to one projectile at a time, it is time for militant groups in Burkina Faso to know where they stand. This massive addition to the Burkinabe military is not only going to give pride to the military, but also show the urgency the country needs to end militant groups. This new China's SRS multiple rocket launcher system has come at the right time, when President Ibrahim Traoré clarifies that the militant groups went after the initial defeat and reorganized themselves with new weapons. Yes, tit for tat is a fair game. President Ibrahim Traoré is showing the destabilizers that they are dealing with a whole nation, not just a corporation. When you get more advanced weapons, you also get even more advanced ones to show who has more power. President Ibrahim Traoré is indeed dealing with a complex group of destabilizers whom he suggests have a backing from the neighbors and the West, besides protecting the citizens. President Ibrahim Traoré is also showing the militant groups that the mineral resources, mainly gold, is for the Burkinabe, not for just mere destabilizers who don't even own a piece of land in the country. The battle continues, and President Ibrahim Traoré is more than ready to take on these stubborn groups. The gold is now in the hands of Burkina Faso. No need to worry where the country can get finances to purchase these military equipment to protect the citizens. The arrival of the SRS multiple rocket launchers declares the willingness of the country to not only show strength, but also resilience against any challenges and threats that lags nations behind, socially and economically. Thanks to the readiness of China, in terms of cheaper but effective military equipment supply, Burkina Faso can now be able to look into the eyes of the militant groups without fear or favor. President Ibrahim Traoré's journey of fighting militant groups may seem complex as the Western media claims. But the Burkinabe and Africans at large are more than convinced that this new revolutionarist is exposing something that the Western troops with all what they were supposed to offer failed terribly. Indeed, there is nothing more beautiful than fighting for your very own. This is a fight for the last bread and bottle of water that the birds want to take away from you in the middle of a vast desert. Indeed, you have to fight for that bread and water in order to get to the destination. Indeed, African countries need advanced weaponry for national security and deterrence, which includes protecting borders from threats, projecting power, and maintaining a military advantage over potential adversaries.